It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Marching line. Hey. Hey.
Well, good evening, race fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV and the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is Thursday night, the Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder. Tonight, the first of two races here in Pevely, Missouri at the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. Your small block modifieds are up next as we are ready to go racing here in what will be the first of 3 heat races, I do believe it is. Just waiting for the session to roll over. And then, of course, we will get into, yes, the first of 3 heat races on the program. Again, we bring you live pictures as we are ready to go. Heat race number 1, we will take a look at your starting grid. And starting on the pole position, it will be Daniel Blau to the outside of the front row. The 97 of Butch Baker from position number 2. Rolling off out of position number 3, it'll be Bob DeGood in car number 7 to the outside from position number 4. Driving the 11 machine, that is Kelly Wheeler. Your third row to the inside, driving car number 88, it's Dan McLaren to the outside. The 25 entry of Gary Sigelco. And your fourth and final row on the inside, driving car number 32, Anthony Morano to the outside from position number 8. Piloting car number 5, that is John Krupa. John Krupa in the number 5 machine, going to bring up the rear as we are ready. Heat race number 1. Your Coast to Coast Racing Network Thursday Night Thunder. Thanks to Gambler Motorsports. Heat 1, we are underway. Bob DeGood immediately straight up there on the inside, looking for the race lead. Now Bob DeGood will in fact have the lead from Baker. Then you go back to Dan McLaren to the inside, getting a little tight. May have caught the inside wall. Lap 1 is in the books. 8-lap heat races. The 97 of Baker gets a run now on the 97 of Bob DeGood. Here comes Morano to the inside on McLaren as they work side by side down the front straightaway. Kelly Wheeler in the 11 machine, working back to position number 5. Morano has made his way up to that 3rd position. DeGood still your race leader from Butch Baker in 2nd. Morano now to the top shelf into turn number 1 and 2. McLaren works the inside. McLaren's got 3rd as they work down into turn 3. McLaren may have caught the inside ball again, but here comes Morano to the outside looking for 2 for the price of 1. He's got the top side working a treat. Morano to the outside on Baker. Will have 2nd down into turn 3, but Baker fighting back on the inside. 3 to run. Morano has 2nd. Trying to run down your race leader, driving the Napa Auto Parts Factory Cane. Number 7 machine of Bob DeGood. Morano's good, especially on the exit of corner number 4. Bottom 1 and 2, top 3 and 4 looks like might be the place to be for some of these drivers. But I'll tell you what, Morano, he's not going to give up without a fight. But I'll tell you what, the fight is very little left to happen right now because white flag is out. 1 to go for your leader of Bob DeGood. Down the back straight away. Morano, here he comes, looking to the outside. He may not have enough. Check and flag is out. Morano, DeGood, contact at the line. DeGood will hold on to a win in heat race number 1. 2nd will go to Morano. 3rd at the line. We bring up your results. Bob DeGood, Anthony Morano, 0.067 of a second was the difference between those two. Baker, McLaren, Wheeler, Krupa, Blau and Sigelco. That is your drivers in heat race number 1, the Coast to Coast Racing League. And the Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder. Heat number 2 will line up like this. Driving your Super Dirt Car Series Car 9 of Brian Lawson from position number 1 to the outside of the front row. Driving the 218, that's Kurt Schatzer from position number 2. Position number 3, Joseph Muscle in car 63 to the outside, the 79 car for Super Dirt Car Series and Full Throttle Motorsports. That is Dean Reynolds. Bar starting position number 5, that's Michael Vecchio in the 007 machine. Cody Graham from position number 6. And starting from position number 7 will be the 118 entry of Logan Wenton to the outside, the 35 of Connor Ross. We get ready. Safety car is in. Safety car is in. We are green flag. Heat number 2. And it will be Lawson. Oh, moving up the lane there in front of Kurt Schatzer. Keep an eye on Reynolds in the 79 machine. 3 wide momentarily down the front straightaway. Schatzer, Reynolds. There was contact. right at the flag stand is now Schatzer trying to come after Brian Lawson. Reynolds coming back after Mosso in the 63 machine. 2x2 for 3, 4, 5 and 6 positions. Reynolds is clear into position number 3 now to the inside on Schatz as they work through the first and second turn. Lawson still your race leader, but this battle on for the minor placings. Here comes Reynolds to the inside. Schatzer too good on the outside, trying to get the momentum there as he works it up to the top side once again. Keep an eye on Connor Ross in that 4th position, in that 35. He had to come from that 4th row. Meanwhile, Reynolds giving a little push there to the 218 machine of Kurt Schatzer. We are halfway home in heat race number 2. The action thick and fast here from the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. Ross was trying the inside into turn number 3 and 4. Then you go back to Cody Graham in the 2. Logan Wentz, Joseph Mosso in the 63 and the 118. And they battle it out for 6th and 7th position. 2 to run for the 9 machine of Brian Lawson. He has led since the drop of the green flag. Will he continue to lead? Well, as he comes out of turn 4 this time, he's only got one more lap left to hold on to a heat race victory and start on the outside of the front row of your 30-lap main event later on tonight. Problems for Vecchio. Into 3 and 4, final time. It's going to be Lawson fending off the challenge from Schatzer. Reynolds comes home in 2nd. We'll take a look at your results here. There it is. Lawson, Schatzer, Reynolds, your top 3. Graham, Mosso, Wentz, Ross and Vecchio, the drivers that come home in the other standings. Heat number 3 lining up like this. On the pole, it'll be Jason Butterfield, car number 93 to the outside. Brandon Templeton, car 31, position number 2. Position number 3 will be Colby Cassinger in the 714 to the outside. Alex Pomelo driving the 397 for position number 4. Position number 5 will be the 518 of Joseph Grandy. The Scooby-Doo 72 of Zach Chapman from position number 6. And having the back row all to himself, driving your 513 entry, that is Jeffrey Barker. Heat 3. What's up, dude? Ready for action. Heat 1 brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies. Heat 2 brought to you by Langton Mechanical. Heat 3 brought to you by Top Notch Trucking. We go racing off turn number 4, the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Small Block Modifieds presented by Coast to Coast Racing League. Live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network and on Ultimate Dirt TV. Brandon Templeton will lead the opening lap. Jason Butterfield now moves to the top side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, Cassinger will fight to the inside on the 397 entry of Alex Pomelo. Zach Chapman as well. Chapman trying to get a good run on the outside. Little contact done. Well, Chapman now goes to the middle. He goes 3 wide. Jeffrey Barker at the back of the field is Joseph Grandy trying to find his way forward. Meanwhile, Templeton, your race leader. Oh no, there goes Barker and Granny. Templeton still your race leader. Maybe putts. 4 laps left to run here in what will be your final heat race of the night. If we have the consolation race, 5th on pack will start in the consolation race. Otherwise, top 4 go through to the main event. Well, everyone looking to make the show here in tonight's feature event. 2.5 to go for your leader of Brandon Templeton from Jason Butterfield in 2nd position. Colby Cassinger in 3rd. Now here comes Chapman to the inside. Moves Zach Chapman up to the 3rd spot on the racetrack. Cassinger still working to the inside. Then you got Alex Pomelo, but the white flag is out. 1 lap left to run here in the final heat race of the night. Into turns 3 and 4. Brandon Templeton will come off turn 4 down the front straightaway. He will claim victory here in heat race number 3. Here is your official results. Brandon Templeton with the win. Jason Butterfield, Zach Chapman, your top 3. Cassinger, Pomelo, Grandy, and Barker. And it looks like we are not going to have a consolation race. It is going to be straight into a warm session. So we'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
For Lucy Olsen, she has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV coverage of your Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Small block modified here at the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. We will go through your starting lineup. On row one, it'll be Bob DeGood starting from position number 1 to the outside. Brian Lawson from position number 2. From position number 3, the 31, Brendan Templeton. From position number 4, the 32, with Anthony Morano. Position number 5, Kurt Shatton, the 218. Position number 6, Jason Butterfield. Position number 7, the 97 of Butch Baker. Position number 8, Dean Reynolds. Position number 9, the 72 of Zach Chapman. Position number 10, the 88 of Dan McLaren. Position number 11, the 2 of Cody Graham. Position number 12, the 14 of Colby Kassinger. Position number 13, the 11 of Kelly Wheeler. Position number 14, the 63 of Joseph Mosso. Position number 15, the 397, Alex Pomelo. Position number 16, the 5 of John Krupa. Position number 17, the 118 of Logan Wentz. Position number 18, the 518 of Joseph Grandy. Position number 19, the 17, Daniel Blau. The 35 of Connor Ross from position number 20. Position number 21, the 513, Jeffrey Barger. Gary Sigelcone, the 25 from position number 22. And the 007 of Michael Vecchio from position number 23. Safety car will go around. Waiting for a start. Your 30-lap main event. Live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network and live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Gambler Motorsports. Thursday Night Thunder, small block modifieds, Federated Auto Parts, I-55 Raceway. 30 green flag laps. Let's get dirty for 30 here in the main event. It'll be DeGood leading down the back straight away and will lead lap number 1. Lawson, Templeton, side by side. We are yellow, the 518 of Joseph Grady. So first yellow of the evening. Let's see if that's going to bring it up as to what happened. I think this is it here, but looks like we are going back green. So with that being said, we will leave that one alone for the moment. We get ready to go back racing. Bob DeGood in the 7 car. We'll have control of the field. 29 to run. Again, keep an eye on Templeton and Lawson as they look to resume that battle for the runner-up position. Morano to the outside on Chatter. They work down through 3 and 4. DeGood, Templeton, Lawson. That's your top 3 as they complete what is lap number 3. Chatter to the inside, working the bottom side through 3 and 4. Here comes Morano. We've seen Morano, hell of a heat race out in the opening heat of the night. Well, he was able to pass a number of cars. This racetrack hopefully going to start to slicken off just a little bit. We continue to now. We're going to watch the battle on for the race lead. DeGood slides up in front of Templeton. Templeton turns it back underneath him. Now look out. Here comes Brian Lawson to the inside into turns 3 and 4. You're 3 wide for the race lead momentarily, but just as they get to the start-finish line, we go yellow. The 5 of John Cooper involved in that one. I wonder if this is going to allow me to Just show it. Let's have a look. Okay. Let's go back just a little bit, shall we? So just like that, we come back live. Certainly going to be an interesting restart. That's all, dude. Waiting for your lights and the safety car to turn off. Safety car lights are off. Lights are off around the venue. Main event. Who will find their way into Extreme eSpeed TV Victory Lane? Well, you'll have to wait another 24 laps, but tell you what, let's get those 24 laps into the books here. We are back underway. Yeah, Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder, small block modifieds here at the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. Brandon Templeton now going to sweep around the outside. Keep an eye on Murata. We are back yellow. And short track racing coming out at its finest. Jeffrey Barker in the 513. Let's have a look, see what happened. Let's go the old rewind. Well, Barker gets into the back of the 17 car. And putting them around. Daniel Blau was the 17 car. Platty? Yes. I'm not too sure. I'll find out. I will ask the question. I will ask the question later. So we're ready to fire them off once again. Green flag is out. Bob the Good. Car 7. Keep an eye on Templeton. Not afraid to rip the lip around the outside now. We're back underway. Templeton had to check up just a little bit to stop from getting into the back of the 7 entry. Oh, bumped it good. Now Lawson trying the inside. Here comes Morano. We are, what is 8? Make it 8 down. 22 to run. Morano, Reynolds working the outside. Lawson slides up. Morano to the inside. 3 wide off turn number 4. Challenges up for the race lead. 3-1 battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Where do you want to look? Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to look at the new race leader. Brendan Templeton down through 3 and 4. Sweeping around the outside. Templeton will lead lap number 10. And just as we go and get a new race leader, Brandon Templeton, we go yellow. Part of you, I'm pretty sure they're open. I'm pretty sure they are open. Again, just asking the question. No, actually just been told they're fixed. Well, there you go. See, you learn something new every day. Can appreciate everyone watching live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network and live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Still another race after this. Thanks to Top Notch Trucking and Catalytic Recovery with the support of the Gambler Motorsports. Thursday Night Thunder 3 wide as Morano to the outside onto good. Here comes Reynolds now. Reynolds looking to make his way into the podium position, but now the outside line looking way too good. Move Reynolds up to position number 3. Lawson going to follow Reynolds through 1 and 2. To good, still trying to make that bottom side work down through 3 and 4. The 93 of Jason Butterfield got Kurt Schatzer to the inside. Approaching the lap of the back marker, I believe that'll be John Krupa in the 5 machine. Coming to 16 to go. Templeton from Morano. And there's very little in between the pair as they work through 1 and 2, but we are yellow. Yellow on the racetrack. Okay, just getting that one sorted. That should be right. Lights are out. Isaac, where are you tonight? Why are you not racing, by the way? Going back green. Templeton, the race leader, has lane choice. Morano, oh boy, what happened to Dean Reynolds there on that start? He slipped back to position number 5. Now Lawson takes over the runner-up spot from Morano down into 1. Oh, back yellow. Well, Dean Reynolds, he was in 3rd, coming to the green there on that last restart, but unfortunately now finds himself in position number 4. Was back in 5th position as well, so not sure what happened to him. Well, we'll keep an eye on that 79. How about Morano? He looked good in the opening heat of the night. Again, he was the first driver to make it work on the top side of the racetrack. Lights are out. Templeton, the race leader, has lane choice. So the 31 car. That's the black, white and green 31. Up against Morano in the blue, purple and black number 32. Comeback racing, green flag is out. And now Reynolds now going to sweep around the outside, so a good restart there. That time for Dean Reynolds. He's now moving up to that 2nd spot, and now going to try and challenge up for the race lead. Meanwhile, the 97 of Butch Baker working to the outside of the racetrack on Morano. 3 out of the top 4 cars will work on the top side. The 93 Jason Butterfield stopped on the inside of the raceway. Don't forget, we still have small blocks versus big block modifieds to come. after this one. Get a huge thank you to, of course, Coast to Coast Racing Network and the Coast to Coast Racing League for allowing us here at Ultimate Dirt TV to showcase the Thursday Night Thunder Series. Again, if you're looking to race with the Coast to Coast Racing League, just go to www.c2crl.com. Depending on whether the lights go out on the pace truck or not, or whether we go around one more time. They do go out, so I'll come back to that in just a moment. Come back green, Templeton. Reynolds on the inside, down into 1 and 2. Can he make it work? Baker now looking to make a run on the outside. And just like what Reynolds done on the previous restart, Baker's going to do it. Go from 4th to 2nd. And move Butch Baker to position number 2. Reynolds going to get up to the top side. 3 wide. Shatter through the middle. Morano on the inside. Lawson, who was good at the start of this feature event, now finds himself outside the top 5. Morano, Schatzer still working wheel to wheel and door panel to door panel. Door panel to door panels. They work down the back straightaway. Lawson got the best seat in the house to watch these two drivers battle it out for 4th and 5th position. Meanwhile, Butch Baker closing in now on Brandon Templeton. We're coming to 7 to go. Baker, where can he find that extra speed to get by the 31 of Templeton? Well, he's certainly going to have to go to the bottom side. He needs to throw a slider, and it needs to be very soon because we've got 6 laps left to run. Templeton, Baker. Baker, I thought, was going to turn down the racetrack. Not quite there just yet to throw the move. I'll tell you what, it's going to be tough to throw the slider. As long as Templeton does not make the mistake, he should go to victory lane. He's going to have Bob the Good, the lap car, just in front of him here in a moment's time. But they shouldn't really need to worry about passing him. The Good had some speed earlier on in the night. Shatter dies down to the inside. Meanwhile, here comes Dean Reynolds up to position number 3 and closing in on the top 2 as they work with 3 laps left to run. 3 to go for Templeton, Baker and Reynolds. Make it 2. The popsicle sticks around, and with 4/10 of a second lead, I don't think Brandon Templeton is going to be touched. Well, that could change. Albeit, should be a single file restart. Inside 10 to go. And Templeton with what will be a green-white checker situation. Brandon Templeton trying to calm the nerves just a little bit. And the 97 of Baker, well, he'll have one more opportunity. But it needs to happen very quickly. If he doesn't get the restart, you can pretty much write the check and you can almost put Brandon Templeton coming to Extreme E-Speed TV victory lane. Lights are out. Single file restart. Safety car is in. 2 to go for Brandon Templeton. And he got a good start. Baker. He needs to do something a little different. Meanwhile, trying something different was Dean Reynolds in the 79. Went to the bottom into 1 and 2. Coming to the white flag. 1 lap left to run for the 31 of Brandon Templeton. Templeton good through the first 2 left-hand turns. He's only got 2 left to make as he works down the back straightaway for the final time into 3 and 4. Coming to Extreme E-Speed TV victory lane. Your top-notch trucking main event winner will go to Brandon Templeton. Butch Baker going to come home in position number 2. We take a look at your feature results. Templeton will get the win from Baker, home in second. Reynolds third. Schatzer in fourth. Morano will come home and round out the top 5. Cody Graham 6th. Connor Ross 7th. Brian Lawson in 8th. Joseph Grady 9th. Alex Pomelo rounds out your top 10. We go over the page. Kelly Wheeler in 11th. 12th is Jeffrey Barker. 13th, Zach Chapman. Joseph Bosso 14th. Gary Sigelco 15th. Daniel Blau in 16th. Jason Bonifield 17th. Bob DeGood 18th. Colby Cassinger 19th. Dan McLaren rounds out the top 20. And the final 3 finishes. Logan Wentz in 21st. Michael Vecchio 22nd. And John Cooper in position number 23. We are ready. We'll chat to drivers that come home in first, second, and third. Of course, we wait for the drivers to do that. In fact, they are here, ready to go. They are out of the virtual cockpits of the race cars. Home in third place tonight, driving the 79 machine, the Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports entry. That is Dean Reynolds. Dean, congratulations here on a third place finish. And, well, that was a tough race. You were up the front, you fell back almost outside the top 5, but then you came back and found your way up into third spot.
Yeah, Brett, that was a race of restarts. You had to be on the outside. For some reason, the bottom just never came in. I even tried the middle, and it didn't stick. And then, when I saw an opening on the top, I said, you know what, I'm just going to get back up here, cut bait, and hope for maybe a mistake. If not, we'll just fall in line. And, running for points, I'm third in points, so I'll take the third.
I think you were very quick towards the back end of that race. That top side was just too good. Unfortunately, the bottom side just wasn't there. It was there at the start of the night, but it just sort of fell away. Was that always the game plan late in this race to go to the top side?
No, I ran the matinee today. I actually worked from home and took my lunch and ran the matinee. And, the middle came in. The bottom and the middle were good, and I thought maybe it would happen here. But I think something with the humidity and the nighttime, the track just wore in different, and it just stayed top dominant. There was something to grab up top, which is unusual since it's new build. And you could actually run the car fairly hard up top. And I said, I just got to get back up there and just stay there and hope for the best.
Well, hope for the best. And, the best, you come home third spot here tonight. Good points tonight for you in the 79 car. Dean, before we let you go and have a moment to quickly celebrate this podium run before we get ready for the next race of the night. Sure, there's a lot of spots, there's a lot of great people that need to be thanked.
Well, I'm hoping first I break the Brett Wheeler jinx. That's going to be the first thing I want to do. So it's the second time I got to talk to you. But I got to thank the guys at Full Throttle Motorsports. They helped me a lot. It's a good part about being the team. And Gunnar Swanchera and Dylan Dewart and Bart Watson, they're helping when I do open setup races. They're helping me there. I got to thank the guys from Team Venom. Congratulations to Butchie Baker. He was in the same Discord as us or as me, and we gave Brandon all we could, and but Brandon didn't make a mistake. He earned it. So and just got to thank Coast to Coast for this really good league part of. And Brett, again, thanks for you for doing the telecast.
All right, there we go. Dean Reynolds, ladies and gentlemen, home in position number 3. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in second place tonight. It is going to be Butch Baker. Butch, congratulations on second place, and well, boy. And you left everything on the table. And unfortunately, you're going to have to be a bridesmaid for tonight. But, man, a hell of a run in that 97 car.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'll take it. I was thinking about trying something there at the green-white checker, but I was like, you know what? I don't get on podiums very much, and knowing my luck, I'll dive to the bottom, and they'll freight train me on the outside, and I'll lose my podium spot. I'm like, I'm going to stick right here.
Talk us through what was going through your mind inside those last 10 laps and just before that last yellow come out, because you were probably 4-5 tenths of a second, then you ran him down to a tenth or 2 tenths. You were right on his back bumper a couple of times. What was going through your mind? What was the game plan for you to try and get back by him?
You know what? It was just, I'm not usually able to run that close to Brandon. I'm not usually up towards the lead, and tonight it felt really good. And it felt like I finally really actually had something. And I was just waiting for, a few more laps. And I was going to try and make a move. And then the caution came out, and I'm like, yeah, no, everybody's bunched back up. I'm just going to stick right here. But, yeah, that felt really good. That was awesome.
Well, Butch, congratulations on this second place finish. Before we let you get out of here and celebrate, and before we hopefully see you in the next one, sponsors, shout out to who makes this possible for you in the 97 car.
Yeah, got to thank all the guys over at Venom Racing. We're a hell of a team. We've been coming on really strong, and we all stick together and support each other, and I love all those guys. And got to give a big shout out to Dean Reynolds and Super Dirt Car Series. He does a lot for us. My other sponsor, SD Audio, got to thank my buddy Brian Lawson with Magnum Race Design, and Coast to Coast Racing League, and all the guys behind the scenes, and you guys for doing the broadcast, and I appreciate every one of you.
All right, there we go. Butch Baker home in second spot tonight. He was the bridesmaid tonight, but the bride, there has to be one winner, and tonight that winner is the 31 car of Brandon Templeton. Brandon, congratulations on this victory. Boy, not without its challenges from Butch and the rest of the crew there late in that race, but man, you hold your nerve on a green-white checker. You got to be happy with this result once again.
Oh, absolutely. Just thrilled to be, have a chance to get another podium, let alone a win. And this, this many drivers, it's always tough, so I'll take it.
Man, that top side was pretty dominant from the get-go, even at the start of the night where Morano made it work in Heat 1. As the track sort of wore off, was it something a little different tonight that just held the moisture where the bottom side wasn't able to work as well as the top side?
Yeah, I don't know if, maybe it'll be a little different with the big blocks with a little more power and a little fresher track. But, for the most part, you just had to keep the momentum. And it was so slick in the middle that, that meant high side tonight. So that's where we kept it.
Mate, those last 10 laps, Butch Baker was really putting the pressure there in those final 10 laps. Were you worried at all? Were you thinking that the slider was going to come but never came?
Oh, yeah, I run a mirror, but I run it, way up high, so it's not really in my field of vision too much. And I kept seeing that nose, even out of the corner of my eye, peeking up on my bumper. So I knew he was all over me. Just problem was, it was a pretty one-lane track, so I knew he was going to have to go somewhere else to make it happen. So I just tried to hit my marks.
All right, yellow comes out with 2 to run. What was going through your mind there on that final green-white checker?
Don't mess up. My teammate Kurt Schatzer told me that there were some guys making moves on the bottom deeper in the field, so I was a little bit nervous, but top side got me that far, so I stuck with it.
Well, congratulations, Brandon, on the win here tonight in the small blocks, the 358 modifieds here at I-55 Raceway. Again, before we let you get out of here, celebrate and get ready for the next race, sponsors, shout out to who makes this possible for you in the 31 car.
Yeah, Brett, thanks to you for, doing this and putting on these broadcasts. A really cool deal. We can watch them back and family can watch them. That's cool. So thanks to you. Thanks to Jay with Dirt Track Bank, everything he's done for sim racing and, helping us out with Jay with the Got Your Six Racing Network and everything there with Joe is cool for Mission 22. So I'd like to support them. DirtTrackBank.com. Extreme Images, Maley's Makery, Hammer Down Racing Team, Joe, Kurt, and Brian. Big C's Lawn Care, everyone doing the league and everyone watching at home. Thanks.
All right, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Templeton, your winner for the first of 2 races here for the dirt side of things. Again, Brandon Templeton picking up the win here in the first race, the small block modified 358s here at the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. Thanks to Top Notch Trucking. Of course, we'll have the Cadillac Recovery small block versus big block modifieds up here in just a few moments' time. But just quickly, just to recap your top 3, ladies and gentlemen. Getting the win was that car on screen, the 31 car of Brandon Templeton. Home in second spot was the 97 of Butch Baker, and Dean Reynolds will route out the podium. We'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Stick around, we'll have more racing live to come from the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. Back in just a moment, in a few moments' time.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
For Lucy Olsen, she has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
And we are back here, ladies and gentlemen, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network and live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Thursday Night Thunder. And Gambler Motorsports bringing you what is now the Big Block Modifieds here from the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. Again, Coast to Coast Racing League, if you're looking for other races that enjoy racing without all the drama and the name calling of normal iRacing, come out and join the Coast to Coast Racing League. We have 22 divisions racing 6 days a week and currently broadcast 11 divisions. Members know that they are a part of something bigger than just the on-track experience. Go to www.c2crl.com, click on the apply, and join in on the action. The cars are virtual, but the racing is real. Of course, live on all the Coast to Coast Racing, all the Coast to Coast Racing League races will be live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Again, those 11 divisions. So make sure you join us for Sunday Night Showdown, 9 p.m. Eastern. Travis Piercefield and Extreme Esports TV cover the Dirt Pro late models. Monday Night Madness, 8 o'clock to 10 p.m. Eastern with Marty from Slide Job Racing Network. And bring you all the action of the Rebels and Renegades. Joe White brings you the Asphalt Tuesday action featuring NASCAR Truck Series. And Thursday night, the Hometown Heroes, live with OSRN. Joe White yet again for the Ohio Challenge from Eldora and Limaland Speedways. And followed by the NASCAR Xfinity divisions. Thursday nights, of course, Thursday Night Thunder live with myself, Brett Wheeler, and Ultimate Dirt TV. Bringing you the small block and big block modified, followed by Extreme Speed TV covering the NASCAR Next Gen Cup Series. We'll have that one after this one. That's that, dude. Welcome back. But for now, we are not too far away. We're not too far away from getting what will be the first heat race of your big block modified series for round number 3. Get a huge thank you to, of course, the Steve King Foundation and what they do. Again, the Steve King Foundation was formed to help dirt track racing community across the country by providing financial assistance to drivers, pit crew members, racing officials, track operations personnel, or the immediate families of those individuals who suffer serious illness, injury, or death. All right, here we go. We are ready to go racing heat race number 1. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. And well, starting on the pole, it'll be the 35 of Connor Ross. To the outside of the front row, Randall Dixon. Why is Trading Paints not doing this? Okay. Apologies, but apparently Trading Paints also needs an update as well. And I knew that was going to come there. All right, row number 2 to the inside. From position number 3, it's Dean Reynolds, Alex Pomelo from position number 4. Position number 5 with the 88 of Dan McLaren, Jeffrey Kemper from position number 6. Position number 7, oh, let's take that off so we can get that done. Anthony Morano and Joseph Mossa will start 7th and 8th. And that will be heat race number 1. Ready for a start. Ah, so that didn't come up. Oh, that's nice. Green flag is out, we're underway. Big block modifieds here at the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. It's going to be Connor Ross leading the way from Randall Dixon. Alex Pomelo fighting to get up to position number 3 from Dean Reynolds. Reynolds in 3rd position, but I'll tell you what, keep an eye on Randall Dixon. Look at Dan McLaren, the 88, trying to sweep around the outside. Challenger starting to come for the race lead. Here comes Dixon, closing in on the 35 car. Connor Ross still the race leader. Ross continuing to lead the way from Dixon with 5 to go. Reynolds now to the inside, but a contact at the midway point of the back straightaway. Reynolds now finds himself looking out of the top 3. Pomelo to the outside, the 397 of Alex Pomelo. Reynolds fighting back on the inside, down into turns 3. Bottom 1 and 2, top 3 and 4. We've seen it early on with the small block modified heat races. Pomelo and Reynolds going to continue to work it side by side. Jeffrey Kemper now going to bring it into a 4-car battle for the runner-up position with 2 to run. Connor Ross out by 8/10 of a second. Make it, yeah, look at that gap opening up to almost a 1 second advantage from Randall Dixon. White flag is out. Problems for Joseph Mosso in the 63. 1 to go for your race leader. Connor Ross down the back straightaway. Final time. Into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out. We are done and dusted. Heat race number 1. Ross will get the win from Dixon. Take a look at your results coming up on screen. Ross will get the win from Dixon. Reynolds home in 3rd. Pomelo 4th. McLaren 5th. Kemper, Mosso, and Morano. Heat number 2. Let's just brighten this place up just a little bit. And there we go. Heat number 2. And it works to you like this. On the pole position, driving car number 18, the 118, it'll be Logan Wentz. Butch Bacon, the 97 from position number 2. I can't even count. Why it's not picking it up there? The 007, Michael Vecchio, will start position number 3. Joseph Grandy from position number 4. Position number 5, Brian Lawson. Position number 6, Jason Butterfield. Cody Graham from 7, Daniel Blau from 8. I don't know why it's not picking it up now. I even restarted the program. Anyhow, I'll go with it. We will go with it. Heat number 2, your catalytic recovery. Big Block Modifieds and Gambler Motorsports. Thursday Night Thunder. Green flag is out. Wentz, Baker fresh off a second place finish in the small blocks. Oh, gets into the side and got into the back of the 18 entry of Logan Wentz. Problems for Brian Lawson in the 9 machine. Jason Butterfield in the runner-up position. I wonder if there will be any post-race penalties for the 97 of Butch Baker. The 93 of Butterfield. Running in second position at the moment. Michael Vecchio third. Then you go back to Daniel Blau. Getting by Cody Graham through 3 and 4. 5 to run. And again now the battle is starting to heat up for that race lead. Butch Baker fresh off a second place finish. Jason Butterfield closing in down into 1 and 2. It's almost under 2/10 of a second. Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be close. And with 3 to run, Baker's going to have his hands full right now with Jason Butterfield. They continue to put another lap into the books here at the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. Baker, Butterfield, Vecchio, that's your top 3. You're watching your top 2 on screen. The 97 of Baker from the 93 of Butterfield. White flag is out. 1 to go for your race leader. Here comes Butterfield to the inside. Butterfield, Baker down into 3 and 4. Final time. Check and flag is out. Baker's going to hold on to a win. Second will go to Butterfield. Vecchio third. Blau fourth. Graham fifth. Logan Wentz comes home in 6th position. Followed by Lawson and Grandy will come home in the 7th and 8th position. Here is heat race number 2 victory. Going the way of Butch Baker after 8 laps. Baker, Butterfield, Vecchio, Blau, Graham, your top 5. Wentz, Lawson and Grandy. The drivers that come home in 6th, 7th and 8th. Heat race number 3 will line up like this. It'll be the 161 of Terry Landis from position number 1. Harold Klopp out of position number 2. Position number 3 with the 218 of Kurt Schatzer. Position number 4, Brandon Templeton in the 31. Position number 5 with the 72 of Zach Chapman. Bob DeGood from position number 6 in car number 7. Jeffrey Barker, the 513 from position number 7. John Cooper from position number 8. I wonder if that's going to work if I do that. Yeah, we're just going to go through the grid. I don't know why it's picking up some cars and not some of the others. So I don't believe we are going to have a consolation race either. There is what is now 24 cars that have taken to the racetrack. Here we go. Green flag is out. Heat number 3 is upon us. Out of the 161 of Landis, followed by Harold Clump in the 125. Keep an eye on Templeton, your main event winner from the small block modifiers. Light 1 belongs to Harold Clump on the outside. Landis still working the inside of the racetrack. Now here comes Brandon Templeton once again in car 31. Templeton going to move up to the runner-up position. He'll go to the top side into 1 and 2. Again, as he follows the 125 of Harold Club. Still Terry Landis still working the bottom part of the raceway. Landis continues to work low. Here comes Kurt Schatzer in the 218. Boy, I tell you what, Landis, he's not making life easy for the guys running the top side. He's still hanging with him. Looks good through 3 and 4, maybe top 1 and 2. But I'd say, as I say then, the bottom was just a little better there. Into 1 and 2 is Landis. Templeton with 3 to go for Harold Club. Templeton, Landis and Schatzer still fighting out for the minor placings. Schatzer now going to get by the 161 of Terry Landis. Templeton makes a mistake, 3 wide. Schatzer went right through the middle of the raceway. Templeton gets it back going on the top side. Schatzer, Templeton, side by side for the 2nd and 3rd position with 1 lap left to run. Harold Clump in the 125 machine looking to put that 125 from the 3rd starting position down into 3 and 4. Final heat race of the night. And it will be Harold Clump 2nd at the line. Brandon Templeton by no. Kurt Schatzer by 5/1000ths of a second. Klump gets the win over Schatzer, and Templeton third. Again, 5/1000ths of a second. Barker, Krupa, fourth and fifth. Landis, Chapman, and DeGood will be the drivers that come home. 6, 7, and 8. And we are in the warm-up session, so we'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Your main event up next.
How about the reverse for Lucy Olsen? She has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
And we are back here live on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Thursday Night Thunder and Gambler Motorsports present the Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modifieds. It's time to take a look at your starting grid for your main event. On the pole will be Connor Ross. To the outside from position number 2, it's Butch Baker. Second row inside, position number 3, Harold Clubb. To the outside, the 11 of Randall Dixon from position number 4. Position number 5, the 93, Jason Butterfield. Kurt Schatzer, the 218 from position number 6. Dean Reynolds, the 790 will start, or the 79 will start position number 7. And Michael Vecchio will start position number 8. Position number 9 will be the 31 of Brandon Templeton. Alex Pomelo will start from position number 10. 11th starter is going to be Daniel Blau. Jeffrey Barker in the 513 from position number 12. Position number 13 will be the 88 of Dan McLaren. Position number 14, Cody Graham in car number 2. Out of 15th will be the 5 of John Krupa. Position number 16, the 181 of Jeffrey Kemper. Position number 17, the 18 of Logan Wentz. Bob DeGood, the 7, lines up at a position number 18. Position number 19, the 63 of Joseph Mosso. Brian Lawson, the 9, will start 20. Position number 21, the 161, Terry Landis. Position number 22, Anthony Morano. Position number 23, the 518 of Joseph Grandy, and Zach Chapman will start from position number 24. Your main event about to get underway. Round 3, Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder, Catalytic Recovery, A-Main, here at the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. Let's get dirty for 30. It'll be Ross and Baker leading the field down into turn number 1 and 2. Connor Ross has got the advantage. Harold Clubb in the 125 machine resides in the 3rd position. Well, just like that, we are yellow. So 1 lap into the feature event, and just like that, take a look at your NLRA instant replay. In fact, that's not it. That's not it either. Go back through this field to see if we can find out what happened. Now there it is. The car of Logan Wentz going upside down. So we'll go back live. Well, what can we say? Take number 2. 1 down, 29 to go. Ross now opting to start on the outside of the raceway. On the front row, leader has lane choice. Dixon fighting for the 4th and 5th position with Kurt Schatzer on the inside. Moose Schatzer up to position number 4. Still Ross is your race leader. Meanwhile, Butterfield coming through now on the inside of the 93 machine, looking to go into the top 5. Michael Vecchio in the 007 machine. Working, sliding up to the top of the racetrack. Reynolds into the wall. Templeton, here he comes in to position number 8. Your winner from the Top Notch Trucking Small Block Modified main event, Brandon Templeton. Meanwhile, Schatzer all over the inside of Harold Clubb. We still watch Templeton. Just in front of Templeton, Butterfield and Dixon. And in front of them as well, Clubb along with Schatzer. 25 to go here in the main event. Go back to drivers in what is now 5th, 6th, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it is a hornet's nest right now. Templeton to the inside. Templeton on Dixon. Dixon back around the outside. Here comes Vecchio. Reynolds trying to sweep around the outside. Trying to make it 3 wide on the top side. Reynolds making something work up on the top side. Trying to sell some T-shirts. Trying to put himself in good stead for tonight's main event, especially for the back half. Meanwhile, now Templeton slides up in front of Dixon. Dixon has to back out of it, and he'll let Templeton go on by. Meanwhile, here comes Schatzer. Schatzer's made his way to position number 3. He got by the 125 of Harold Clubb. He ran the bottom in 3 and 4. And just like that, a 7/10 of a second advantage. We see the 518 of Joseph Grandy around. So a 7/8 of a second advantage for Connor Ross. Now comes back to a double file restart. Oh, poor old Dean Reynolds. Dean, you can't park there. What happened to Dean? Uh-oh. Oh, got into... Dean? You know that wall doesn't move, right? And you can't park there. My God. When are you going to learn? Maybe one day you might listen to me. Well, the old Ultimate Dirt TV curse for Dean Reynolds continues. So he will look to bring that 79 pit side, hopefully get a quick repair. Again, appreciate all the support live on Ultimate Dirt TV, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Don't forget, Coast to Coast Racing Network viewers, do not go anywhere after this main event. Marty and Sludge Up Racing Network, Extreme eSpeed TV will in fact have the coverage of your next gen cars. Not sure what track they're at, but we'll find out. Oh boy, look out! Baker going to get absolutely swallowed up, and so is Brandon Templeton. And, well, yellow comes out. And a huge sigh of relief for the likes of, well, Brandon Templeton. Although he looks like he might be coming down to the pit side. Keep an eye on the 31 machine. Let's see what happens. Yeah, 31 of Templeton going infield. Again, getting that quick repair. The 97 of Baker. Well, he will have another opportunity to make it work. NASCAR Cup Series. Live after your Big Block Modified main event. Live here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Your Thursday Night Thunder Summer Series and Summer Season, week number 3. Again, a huge thanks to the Steve King Foundation with the safety car and what they do for the racing community. Safety car will come infield. The 35 of Connor Ross will start outside of the front row. We go back racing with what should be 20 laps to go. Make it 19. In fact, we'll make it 18 right now. Just as we start to get rolling here in the main event, another yellow comes out. See if we can figure this one out. Let's take a look at Cody Graham in the number 2 machine. Ooh. So it started with Cody Graham. Checked up. Got into the... No, he didn't get into all. There was contact with the 181. I believe that is Kemper and Jeffrey Barker. Either way, we are back under the yellow flag behind your Steve King safety car. Yeah, nah, Platts. Yeah, nah. Oh, where'd that go? Well, I don't know why that got turned off. Apologies. Apologies to, of course, all the sponsors that you see up on the top right. Of course, Flatline Racing Bodies, Top Notch Trucking, Catalytic Recovery, and Coast to Coast Racing Network. Safety car in, green flag is out. Narrow Club got an absolute Barry Crocker of a start. Oh, look at McLaren up on the top 3 wide. Vecchio, they have Will. Oh, they make all sorts of love. And there is a huge pile up down into turn number 3. The old touchy, lovey, touchy, squeezy feel, big block modifieds. And that's how, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you make a small block. So we're not too far away from getting this one underway. So it'll be Connor Ross in the 35 to lead us back to the green flag. Thank you. Thank you. I'm here for a little bit longer. I'm here for another 16 laps, and of course the post-race coverage, post-race interviews, and who will find Extreme E-Speed TV victory lane. Ross will come to the halfway stage of the main event. 15 down and 15 to go. Ross to the outside. Schatzer on the outside of the 125 of Harold Club. Dan McLaren lurking in 4th position. One spot out of a podium, though McLaren now looks down to the inside. Give it to Harold Clump as they work down into 1, out of 2. Who's going to have it? McLaren's got it. McLaren has got 3rd, down into 3 and 4. Meanwhile, keep an eye on Kurt Schatzer in the 218 machine as he looks down to run down your race leader. Goes to the inside on Connor Ross through 1. Now we'll have to tuck in line behind your 35. Connor Ross still the race leader. Schatzer once again fighting for that race lead. Your Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. Week number 3, your Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Series. In back yellow. I'm sure Ross would hate, but to love to see these yellows. Excuse me. And with these cautions coming out, it gives him lane choice. It just relieves a bit of the pressure for a lap or two. So sitting at pacing at the moment. So still a couple of laps away from getting the resumption of this main event underway. And I believe we're looking at this. Dean Reynolds in the 79. John Cooper as well in the 5 machine. Reynolds, you didn't stop. You're lucky. You are very lucky, Dean. Ross and Schatzer. Lights still flashing. They just come back on. Yeah, good day, Johnson. Yeah, he was definitely getting good. So still a bit more action to come here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network with your next-gen NASCAR next-gen Cup cars. I probably could find out what track they're at, but right now I'm just going to focus on what will be 11 to run. Well, a little bit Schatzer. Well, that restart was not kind to him. Meanwhile, McLaren looking to the inside as here comes Clump working to the outside. The 93 of Jason Butterfield to the bottom. 3 wide we go. Now make it 2 wide for second. I'll make a second, 3rd and 4th position. McLaren has got 3rd once again as he slides up in front of the 125 on the back straightaway. Schatzer, 4/10 of a second difference between himself and Connor Ross with 9 to run. Back yellow. So 9 to run. Will Connor Ross, will he go to victory lane? Time will tell with 9 to go. How can Kurt Schatzer get by the 35? Where does he make the pass? And well, I know the obvious answer. He's just got to get by him at I-55 Raceway. He has to pass him. Real simple, folks. Well, it might be simple for us, but is it going to be simple for Kurt Schatzer? That time was a little bit better of a restart. Nice one, Platts. I like it. McLaren to the inside, through the middle of the raceway. Butterfield on the bottom, 3 wide for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. As Clump still works to the top side into 1 and 2. McLaren still trying to hold firm through the middle of the raceway. McLaren, he's gotten past Clump a couple of times, but due to the caution flag coming out, has to go back to the last recorded lap. Meanwhile, Keep an eye on Schatzer closing in on your race leader of Connor Ross. 6 to go at the start-finish line. We stay focused right now on first and second because the gap is just 0.2 of a second. Ross, Schatzer, yellow. Just as Schatzer tried to go down to the inside into 3. Yellow on the raceway. And again, these yellows, you hate to see it, but Connor Ross, I'm sure he is loving seeing the caution flag wave. The 93 of Jason Butterfield. So watch the 93. Oh, drives it in way too deep. Oh, hello. Logan Seavey. Welcome back. Just saying. That was a hell of a wall ride. You know what? That's style points. And the fact that he landed that, I'm giving that 11 out of 10. It's a hell of a move. Lights are out on your Steve King safety car. 5 to run. Absolutely, he took Chastain to a whole new level. It's not a wall ride, that was a fence ride. It wasn't even a 50-50, it was just straight up 100. Schatzer to the inside, down into 1 and 2. Oh, he looked good, putting the pressure to Connor Ross, coming to 4 to go. 4 more laps around the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. Schatzer down to the inside. Meanwhile, McLaren to the right of your screen. On clump once again. Schatzer trying to make the inside work down into 3 and 4 side by side for the race lead. 3 to go. Ross just a little bit better on the top side of the racetrack, but I'll tell you what, Schatzer not giving up right now. Schatzer, he stays mid-track on the exit of turn 4. No, you don't have a new race leader, but you've got a hell of an ding-dong battle fighting it up for the 1 and 2 positions. Schatzer and Ross coming to the white flag off turn number 4. Schatzer to the inside, Ross around the outside. What a finish we've got coming up. Ross to the top side, through the middle goes Schatzer one more time. Final time down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Schatzer fights hard back on the inside, looks for the slide jump, and Ross around the outside. Connor Ross gonna take a fantastic heat race, feature race victory. Oh, what a finish! What a finish too! Your main event. Connor Ross with a victory of 0.148 of a second over Kurt Schatzer. Dan McLaren come home second and third. Clump 4th. Dixon 5th. Baker will come home 6th. Lawson, Morano, Graham and Barker your top 10. Then we, of course, move to Templeton 11th. Chapman, DeGood, Vecchio, Reynolds in 15th. Mosso, Butterfield, Blau, Wentz, Kemper 20th. Krupa, Grandy, Landis and Pomelo to come home in the final 4 positions. Oh my, what a feature race we have just witnessed. Those final, what was 5 laps. They was phenomenal. We wait to get a word with your top 3. And in fact, let's go right down to victory lane. We're going to chat to the driver that comes home in 3rd place tonight, the 88 of Dan McLaren. Dan, congratulations on the 3rd place finish. And man, I mean, other than the 2 guys up front, I mean, you and Harold Clubb had a hell of a race.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think maybe 1 or 2 more laps if Kurt and Connor, were banged doors a little bit. Maybe I could have snuck underneath and possibly get the win. But that was a lot of fun. Good racing towards the end.
Man, a couple of times you got by Harold, but the yellow flag kept coming out. Was that frustrating, knowing that, once you got by him, the yellow was immediately coming out and you had to basically do it all over again?
Oh, for sure. It's never fun when the caution comes out and your relative comes up saying you got to let the guy back by you. So, but just kept my cool, had to figure it out, had to get by him again, and the middle stuck real good and pulled it off.
Well, mate, hell of a job to come home in 3rd place. Dan, before we let you go, of course, sponsor on this race car, people behind the scenes who gets this done for you.
Absolutely. New sponsor on the car, thanks to Dean Reynolds, Super Dirt Car Series, and Brian Lawson for painting the car. Car looks absolutely awesome, really fast. But all the guys over at Venom Racing, great group of guys. WeldStar Custom Fabrications, Magnum Race Designs, VMR Wraps, Roger and all the fellas for the league, and this fantastic broadcast. Can't wait to go back and watch it.
There we go, guys. Dan McLaren home in position number 3. We'll chat to the driver that comes home up in the runner-up spot by about a tenth and a half. It is Kurt Schatzer. Kurt, congratulations. I mean, commiseration, but congratulations on a second place. Man, a hell of a finish there between you and Connor Ross.
Yeah, Brett, I hope we made it exciting for you guys out there and everybody watching at home there. It was a fun race. Enjoyed it a lot.
A couple of times the restarts early on in the race, you were sort of a little bit sluggish to get off the start, and of course, obviously restarting on the bottom didn't help at all when you guys were all one on the top side. What was it like trying to get that single file restart there with I think it was 5 to go?
Oh yeah, man, I was praying for them single files. I mean, I kept getting lined up on the bottom, and every time I was on there, I felt like I would lose a position. So, and then I got lined up on the outside and got a good jump, and I think I got the third from there, and then we went single file. So, I mean, the cards lined up right for me at the end. So, I mean, I can't complain with a podium.
Other than the last 5 laps, you were sort of pretty much committed to the top side. What made you go down to the bottom in those last 5 laps?
Well, you got to go where they ain't, and he was beating me so bad on them restarts. It took me so long to actually reel him back into where I could start trying to set him up to make any moves, to where I decided to go low in 1 and 2 on that last restart, and whatever I lost, I gained right back on him. So I just was like, I'm just going to stay here, and hopefully he might slip up and jump the cushion or spin his tires, and I could come out with a win.
Well, unfortunately, you didn't come away with him, but man, you really put on a show, and again, congratulations on coming home in the runner-up position here tonight. Kurt, before we let you go, of course, lovely looking ride. Who makes this possible for you and the 218 car to get around?
Yeah, I got to thank Jay with Dirt Track Bank, everything they do to help racers all around the country, help our team, Hammer Down Racing, Brandon Templeton. I got to congratulate him for his 358 win earlier. Brian Dickens and Joe Halter and Got Your Six Racing Network. Roger Preston giving us a place to race. You coming out and doing the broadcast for us for Thursday nights here. You do a fantastic job. Yeah, everybody watching at home, my wife and kids for allowing me to do this.
All right, there we go, guys. Kurt Schatzer, the driver that comes home in second spot. We'll chat to you when you're here tonight, driving car number 35. That is Connor Ross. Connor, congratulations on the win here tonight. And, well, an exciting way to wrap up the dirt part of the Thursday Night Thunder Thursday Night Thunder. That was a very entertaining race.
Yeah, it was. I didn't like that many cautions, but I knew I was getting slower, and Kurt was getting a lot faster than me. So the restarts helped because I was able to get a good gap. But Kurt summed it up perfectly. I was talking to him in Discord after, and he said sometimes being second's better. You can try those other lines, and if the leader doesn't catch on, you can take advantage of that. And he was running the bottom there, and I told him I was live or die by the top. I wasn't moving off.
What was the nerves like in those last 5 laps on that last restart?
They were high. Like any time I have a chance at winning, they're always high. It doesn't matter if I've got 5 seconds or a tenth. So I just had to keep it cool, make sure I didn't get in the gas too early, hit the wall. Just if he was to win, he was going to have to drive me pretty clean and pretty hard. I wasn't going to give up that one easily.
Well, Connor, you come away with the victory here tonight at the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway, the Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modifieds. Again, congratulations on this win. Connor, before we let you go, of course, sponsors, shout-outs, who makes this possible for you and the 35 car to visit Victory Lane tonight?
I got to thank Gambler Motorsports. They're always great, leaning a hand and helping you out. Petro Plus, Travel Stop, Burger Barn, Ace One Construction, Pesky Penguin, Kingpin Farms. I got to thank Coast to Coast for putting on another league that we can run in, another amazing season. I got to thank you for broadcasting tonight. So you guys do an amazing job.
All right, there we go, guys. Connor Ross, your winner here tonight from the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Raceway. That's going to do it for me for the moment, but we'll bring in Travis Piercefield. Travis, Next Gen Cup cars, where are we off to where are we off to tonight?
We're headed to the currently defunct Chicagoland Speedway, which you just called Dan McLaren to a podium finish. He picked up the victory last week. Connor Ross, who picked up the victory here just now as well, he ran well last week as well. So two of the many drivers that will look to attack Chicagoland Speedway for 60 laps here tonight to conclude our Thursday Night Thunder coverage.
All right, well, again, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, we still have one more race to come. Again, we're going to take a quick little short intermission. Again, we'll be back with the Next Gen Cup cars live from the Chicagoland Speedway. Travis Piercefield will have all the action for that one. But for the dirt side of things, for the Thursday Night Thunder Gamble Motorsports Dirt Series, I'm Brett Wheeler signing off saying thank you, good night, we'll see you back next week.